evening, Papua New Guinea, and welcome to this very special edition of Coca Cola Sports Scene, brought to you from the very green city of Lae Morobe Province, as we bring to you the 6th BSP PNG Games. Now, as you no doubt would have seen yesterday during the live opening ceremony that was broadcast on EMTV, 22 provinces all converged here in the city, and here's a look at that opening ceremony from yesterday.
Good afternoon, wherever you're watching from right around Papua New Guinea, and welcome to MTV's live coverage of the 6th Papua New Guinea Games, this year hosted by Lae. All roads have led to Lae, and this is where it's all beginning. Joining me in commentary this afternoon, Kathleen Aramis. It's been a big build-up, and finally the program is underway.
Yes, good afternoon, Stephen, and our viewers. Very exciting, and looking forward to the program for this afternoon. And just before we came to it, we had the combined guard, the Lae Area Military Command, do their parade. They received the parade host, Group Captain Peter Imos, who is the commander of the Lae Military Command. And what he tells me, that also covers the Highlands region and West New Britain as well, under his command. A lovely person as well, been very helpful to us. Big thanks to him. And also they received the, of course, host governor, Honorable
Kelly Naro, and he's been led out to inspect the guard this afternoon by the special guest for the whole proceedings, our Prime Minister Peter O'Neill. So we've got a big crowd. They've packed into the Ignatius Kilage Stadium. Of course, they are packed outside as well, busting to get in to have a glimpse of the teams that have travelled in all over from Papua New Guinea. They've come by air, they've come by sea, and they've travelled down the Highlands Highway. We've heard a bit about the team from the autonomous region of Bougainville, who made their way by ship on the newly commissioned boat for the province, and they're here and they're ready to rumble.
Yeah, that took them 2 days, 2 nights to arrive here. And also Tim Morrow, as some might be aware, almost didn't make it, but the 11th hour support got them here also by sea.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem of Papua New Guinea.
Proceedings
Those in uniform, please salute. The national anthem is being sung by Alan Isaac.
We're about to see the national anthem being performed by young 22-year-old Alang Vinny Isaac, who's actually the younger sister of Honley Isaac, who everybody knows as Jokema. So I guess there's a bit of a music blood in the family. And she's been singing since she's about 13, and also a bit of an athlete as well. She's in the AFL team Morobe as well.
It's the participation, it's getting the experience of performing at this level, and then seeing within yourself if you have what it takes to continue on to an aspiring sporting career.
And as they're leaving, once again, it's a combined guard of the Lae Area Military Command, being led out there very smartly by the guard commander, Major Ricky Tavaperi.
So this is just the beginning. We've got heaps more to come. The crowd still milling in through the turnstiles here at the Ignatius Kilage Stadium. Wonderful performance by the Pipes and Bags.
Well, Kathleen Aramis and Stephen Doan and Kura were the commentators yesterday, and one of the things that really impressed them was the fact that there were horses that were brought in from across the farms here in Morobe Province. They were stationed over here, and they bore the flags of the provinces that were taking part. Let's take a look at that.
Well, what a wonderful spectacle. They certainly got a big round of applause when they entered the stadium. 25 horses and riders carrying the provincial flags of all participating centers. And you know, there's always a risk, there's always a little bit of nervousness when you've got the animals coming in, but I tell you what, these are no ordinary horses. These are specially selected ones. And the man behind the scenes, Wayne Utrich of game fishing fame and stardom, has arranged for these horses to come in because they are the best from the selected from the 2014 Morobe show, as are their riders. And they've even had to track down to Era, 40 minutes, 100 kilometers out of Lae City to bring in the best horses for this. So we've got the best of the best, and we've got to be happy with that. So I think if the cameraman can have a look around, they'll see this special horse doing its rounds around the Ignatius Stadium. There she is, carrying the biggest and the best flag of them all, the one we all aspire to represent, the wonderful red, black and gold colors of Papua New Guinea.
And of course,
Big moment for these riders and the horses.
a little later on in the program, we'll see the actual teams come out on parade. And I think pretty exciting. The sporting events in the
Take
days
a
to
bow and
come.
take your hats off. Top job, gentlemen and your steeds. There's nothing like a bit of color and fanfare, and the horses certainly entertaining the crowds this afternoon as they continue to come through the gates here at the Ignatius Stadium. I noticed about 10 deep outside waiting to come in looking for tickets. The grandstand is packed to capacity, around about 2,000 out there in the grandstands.
And once again, a big thank you to the sponsors that have made it possible for this live coverage. EMTV says a very big thank you to them. That's Bank South Pacific, Mapai Transport, Lae Biscuit Company, Prima Small Goods, Puma Energy, Coca Cola Amatil, the PNG Games Office, Kanda Insurance, and Theodist. Speaking of Theodist, we have someone here with us from Theodist, don't we?
Yes, we do. We have the big man Ryan Peely in town. He's been visiting a couple of times this year to Lae City. This year he would like to stay back and be a part of the events unfolding. We actually tried to get him to join us in the commentary, but he advised me this morning that his preparations for the 2015 Pacific Games have begun already.
Now, there are a number of dignitaries and delegates, not just from here in Papua New Guinea, but across the Pacific as well. And after the break, we take a look at host province Governor Kelly Naru as he opens the 6th BSP PNG Games in Lae. Over the past couple of weeks, Governors Kelly Naru and Poes Pakop have been having their little friendly rivalry. And that was all in the spirit of good fun. They wanted to bring as many people here as possible to the games. And here's what Kelly Naru had to say about Asasumba.
Mark my words, my good brother, Honorable Poes Pakop and Team NCD. Mino lusting ting long Governor Blong East New Britain, Honorable Elmas Tobining, Kisim Tripla, Team 2 come, but Mipla Morobe, Mipla Alet tu na stop. Mona Lucy, same speed, ba yumi goya? Ladies and gentlemen, we are all gathered here today with one common goal, and that is to play sport. We play hard, but we play fair, with the aim to be the winning province at the end of each given day. We in Team Morobe are well prepared, let me assure you. Suppose you know Arim good. Let me remind you, in fact, we aim to take the gold medal tally by storm. PNG is a diverse country of over 1,000 tribes. But in the diversity, we can proudly say sport is and always been a unifying force or factor. And today, and for the next 16 days, we will witness again the unity in diversity of our country through the friendly rivalry and challenge of sports. With these few remarks, I welcome you all to Lae and wish you all good luck in your quest to beat Team Morobe. I am sure it will be a memorable stay for you. Let the 6th BSP PNG Games begin. Thank you, and may the good Lord bless you all and keep you safe.
Now also as part of the official party that came over was Prime Minister Honorable Peter O'Neill, and here's what he had to say at yesterday's opening ceremony.
The athletes of various provinces throughout Papua New Guinea, let me take this opportunity to welcome you to the 6th Papua New Guinea Games here in the city of Lae. These games has assumed extra importance because they lead to the Pacific Games we will have the privilege of hosting next year in 2015. I hope that this will provide extra incentive for all the athletes who are going to participate in this game over the next 10 days. This important event taking place in Lae will provide the foundations for the record-breaking Papua New Guinea outcomes that we expect in the Pacific Games. I want to stress that it is not important, that winning is not everything. We ask all participants that you participate to your very best. If you do not win a medal, but put your very best in whatever sports that you will participate in, then you feel very satisfied in the participations that you will achieve. The eyes and the focus of our nation is in Lae today and in Morobe Province. I appeal to our people of Morobe, let us show the rest of Papua New Guinea a good community that we are. Thank you for hosting this event, and I know there is good competition between Morobe and the NCD. Let us take advantage of that challenge, and I appeal to all the other provinces, give your best shot and let us prove to these two provinces that we can do it better. It is my hope that the outcomes of these games is wholesome and very positive, that the nation will witness the athletes giving their very best for their teams, for themselves, for their communities and the provinces, but most of all for our country. It is my great pleasure now to declare the 6th Papua New Guinea Games officially open, and good luck to every athlete. Thank you very much.
Now also available as part of the official delegation was Honorable Justin Chichenko, and he was a very excited sports minister.
And with the Pacific Games coming up on July 4th, it will give so much opportunity to everybody to participate and to make our country proud. In all the events that will be played here in Morobe Province, Lae, people are looking and watching you, seeing new, unsung and new talent. There'll be striving to be in the Pacific Games and many other sports as well. So compete hard, play well, play fair, and have a great time with competing against all the other provinces here in PNG.
Now the 22 provinces taking part. After the break, we look at the first 11 of those as they entered from that far corner, coming onto the green grass of Lae. Welcome back to the special edition of Coca Cola Sports Scene, brought to you from Lae as we cover the 6th BSP PNG Games. Now, there were 22 provinces that took part in the opening ceremony, and they, at the end of the day, were the very special ones. Here's a look at the first 11 of those provinces with commentary by Kathleen Aramis and Stephen Dawaninkura.
Well, there you go, the skyline here at this Ignatius Kilaka Stadium, to the sounds of the wonderful Rex band ringing out, and the crowd just enjoying the entertainment that's been put on. We've just enjoyed the wonderful cultural groups, and now the athletes getting their big moment to shine in the sun this afternoon at the Ignatius Kilaka Stadium as part of the opening ceremony for the 2014 6th BSP PNG Games.
Provincial teams. The first team out is the West New Britain team, Team West New Britain, and the reason why they're coming out first, they are the next host province in 2016.
It's a big group of athletes that have traveled in from the West New Britain, and also this afternoon a very special moment for their team's flag bearer, as we welcome Team Arab, arrived on MV Cebu. They're here to make waves. The team's in great song this afternoon, just adding to the spectacle. And of course, 356 athletes and officials arrived on the MV Cebu from the autonomous region of Bougainville. 2-day trip, Kathleen.
Yep.
And they're here, they mean business.
2 days, 2 nights to get here. And I believe, well, obviously, Team West New Britain would have just taken a short boat trip along through the Vitius Strait to get here.
Team Central, of course, will be taking part in the 22 codes and have a massive team of 451 athletes. And they've been ably supported by their governor, Kila Hauda, who's put in 600,000 kina to get the team here, to get them full bilas, and to see if he can really unveil some of the great raw talents around the Kairuku district, the Yuri district, the Rigo district. Wonderful place and wonderful color they brought here this afternoon, Team Central. A lot of the athletes participating in Team Central are, of course, high school students who have taken time out to be a part of this and have shown their abilities at inter-school carnivals. And here they are at the Ignatius Kilaka Stadium, ready to take on the best from around the country.
6 to be exact.
And the flag bearer this afternoon is a 20-year-old bodybuilder, Dora Lamour. She is a gold medalist in the 2012 in the 85 kilo division and took up her sport just prior to the games that year. So she's a teacher at Sacred Heart, and she's also a bodybuilder. So I guess the students won't be messing with her. And I guess it's probably the appropriate time to make a special mention to our good brother, Mark Sapias. We're hoping you're doing well, buddy. We're thinking of you. We were hoping that you'd be here with us.
But we know you're definitely here with us in spirit.
Good on you, Maki, and the family over there in Rabaul, Kokopo, and at his home place. I know that you'll be putting your efforts and all the love and pride behind this team to see them get through the 2014 6th Morobe Games. Yes, John Gimasile is the team manager to lead the athletes. And I guess around about this time, they'll be really missing the cool temperate climate of the Eastern Highlands. And well, Well, they've had 3 or 4 days to settle in and acclimatize, and looks like they've got the cool house out there to supplement themselves with this incredible heat and humidity, and that's something that they are going to get accustomed to as they bring their traditional asar or mudmen to give them a spiritual presence and to Tok Walga the Natmatim no look out. Next time we must talk about Nogat Sleep Masa.
They'll be competing in 17 sports in this year's event.
And they're all fired up and ready to take, they're all pumped up. The team's got a big following here in Lae City.
And you might have seen earlier this week in MTV News, the flag bearer is Anita Hamambi. She's a reigning gold and bronze Paralympian in field events.
It's going to be Mr. Paul Taule.
So 218 athletes in Team Enga. And of course, they're another group being blessed to have the opportunity to travel by road instead of air. And the team's still arriving as of this morning.
And 15 athletes, and they're all from the sport of karate.
That's right, just one sporting code, but at least the provincial flag will be flying somewhere, taking part in the 2014 BSP 6th PNG Games.
Yeah, you've really got to take your hats off to them to, you know, stand up and fly their provincial colors. We're going to miss them out on the field in the Rugby League 9s and the Rugby Union 7s, but the karate guys will hopefully be up to par to bring home some medals in their competition.
And leading our team Hela this afternoon is Reverend Eki Berabugo, Hell Provincial Sports Treasurer. Their general team manager is Henry Tambiawi. 185 athletes, not bad.
Pretty much all sporting programs throughout the course of the 2 weeks of the PNG Games.
And as they say in Tokples Bell of the Madang town area, Pele, or welcome is what it means. And that's another team, of course, they're excited to be taking part in the different sporting codes as competition begins tomorrow. And no doubt, Mamase region, well known for soccer, very big in the Mamase area. And they're definitely, Team Madang, a huge threat in soccer, both the men's and women's teams.
After the break, we bring you the other 11 provinces, including hosts, Morobe Province. Now, each of those provinces had walked into their various themes, and one of the biggest cries had gone out, obviously, to the host, Morobe Province.
Welcome back right around Papua New Guinea. Welcome to MTV's live coverage of the opening ceremony of the 2014 BSP 6 PNG Games here in Lae Morobe Province. And one team that is always out to be a threat in just about every sport they participate in. Team NCD. What did I say? My hometown. I'm a hometown, Stephen.
Your hometown is the whole country, Kat. So Carol Matambuai, originally from Mano City, calls sport must be home. This will be his third appearance in the PNG Games, and he's certainly a star of the track, participating in the long jump and triple jump. And the team, of course, led out by Joe Boyno of Lawn Bowls fame.
They have two para-athletes taking part alongside their able-bodied counterparts in athletics, basketball, darts, cricket, volleyball, touch rugby, and rugby nines.
And the cricketing international for the Lewas is Celeste Ambo, who's carrying the flag for the team today. A very big honor from the land of the birdwing butterfly, and of course the tapa cloth. And you can see some of those beautiful tapa designs. You can hear the teams chanting as they come through, and they're making quite a big noise. From West Britain at number 1, we come to Team Sundown of 186 athletes.
For men, they've supplied a number of the team's talented athletes.
Okay, the Simbuangras.
Oh, here they come.
They've come arms drawn, throwing down the gauntlet to everyone else here on the track. 266 athletes. They've come in the tracksuits and they've come in the traditional bilas. They're so proud of their heritage up there in Zimbu, and they're really going to take it to the competition on the ground here.
They'll be taking part in athletics.
They've also brought a contingent for the sports of AFL, cricket and squash. Cricket, that's quite interesting.
Quite a large variety of sports. Softball and squash and swimming.
Okay, it was on a sad note to someone note that the technical officials lost one of their own. The tournament director for softball, and Moses Tulungling has been brought in to replace him. But now, well, the home team taking to the track, and they've been led in by someone that I know.
Oh, a very, very special golden lady.
A very special golden lady. We'll see if we can get a shot of her shortly.
His home is just up the road, beautiful Butibam village.
So there she is, waving the flag to the right of the screen. Champion lady, champion athlete, Elanga Boala, one of the biggest exports that has come out of the Morobe Province over the years. Started as an 18-year-old on the track. 100 meters, 200, 400, and of course the relays first represented at 17 years of age in 1981 at the Honiara Games. She's currently not on camera at the moment, but she's out there. Let's just go through some of the achievements. She's been to the went to the 1983 World Athletics Championships in Helsinki and held the PNG 200-meter record for 20 years until that was only broken in the last 20 months by a Toya whistle. So she did want her kids to be out on the track, but the two sons, Lapule, 26, and Peter, 25, have decided to go to the sports of basketball and volleyball. With the normal protocols of hosting a games, as each province enters the game city, their flags will be raised at the stadium. So that's already been completed. Everyone's here, they're ready to go.
To sponsors who have made this live coverage on EMTV possible: Bank South Pacific, Mapai Transport, Lae Biscuit Company, Prima Small Goods, Puma Energy, Coca Cola Amatil, the PNG Games Office, Kanda Insurance, and Fairdesk. Here we go, a musical trip down memory lane.
Well, that's it for this edition of Coca Cola Sports Scene. A reminder, you can find us on Facebook, and also follow me on Twitter at Jeremy H. Moggy. I'm really excited to be here. I'll be covering everything that I can find. If you see me, come and say hello. Now, right now, I've just finished taking a walk around the track. I'm a little bit unfit, but we're going to see how it goes. That's Coca Cola Sports Scene, brought to you from the 6th BSP PNG Games in Lae Morobe Province.